We've just got the mentorship agents. We've got, looks like we got 9 total because we've got Lowell, Tom, Tim, and Matt all here in the office. And so what we're going to go over today, which is it really is the most important part.
It's okay.
I call you Tim?
Half the time I'm Tim, half the time I'm Tim.
I'm mixing up the agents' names here, I guess. There's Tom and Ted, and I don't know why I get their names confused, but they're sitting right in front of me, making fun of me. So, the thing we're going to go over today is, which I think is the most important part of any new agent or any struggling agent's road to success, is setting insurance appointments. If you can set and run appointments, you will be successful. About 80 to 90% of all new insurance agents fail. The reasons why they fail is they don't get the proper training, they don't get the ongoing daily support that they need, they don't run enough appointments, they don't have someone to go and ask questions so they can call and text and email and just, hey, I've got an appointment with this person. What should I do? What should I say? What should I take? What should I quote? And so having training, having support, having someone to ask questions, and tracking activity and setting appointments is what the new agents that don't succeed are lacking. And my goal is to help every new agent that joins this program is to, whatever their goal is, and those that we haven't went over your goals yet, we will today during your one-on-ones, which will start at 9:40 and will be every 20 minutes. And I did send an email out about that. That's for the ones that are licensed and already started their contracting. And we'll dive into what your goals is. And my goal is to make sure that you know what to do to hit your goal. And so, I can feel personally responsible to a certain extent on helping people become successful. But one thing that I've made sure that I'm not going to do is I'm going to give you all of my time, and I'm going to give you all of the skills, tools, and resources, and I'm going to run appointments with you and make sales. But something I'm not going to do is the actual setting of appointments. Yes, if you've talked to someone, if you've talked to a lead, and you want me to call them back and try to get the appointment, that's something we've done and I can do, and we have had success with that a little bit. But I'm not going to try to carry someone to success. If someone wants to be successful and they'll work hard and they'll follow the program, they can and should be successful. And so the main thing we're going to start doing these every week at 9 o'clock, but the main thing I want to go over today is the most basic thing. If you can do this one thing, it doesn't matter how much sales experience you have, how much insurance experience you have, how your people skills are. If you can run appointments every single week, you will be successful, and nothing else matters. So how do you set appointments? You set appointments by making calls. You can also do it by door knocking. Most new agents do it by getting on the phone. And you say, well, what do I call? What do I say? Well, I've got specific scripts for any certain situation. But the different ways you're setting appointments is you're either calling your warm market, you're either calling aged life leads, which are old life leads that I also have and have to give away all over the state. I've got about 4,000 of them. You can also set appointments by calling new life leads, which is the most popular way, and it's the easiest way to get in front of people. And we've had 3 agents here that have all ran multiple appointments a week, all made multiple sales a week from either cold calling or working leads. The fourth way is from cold calling final expense, which are people between the age of 55 and 75 that are lower income, that are looking to take care of their burial and final expenses. And the fifth thing to call or to work is Medicare cold calls. And that's always popular because of the baby boomers and the amount of people that are turning 65, and they are, getting on Medicare, and they're lost, and they don't know what to do, where to go, who to buy from, if they should buy at all. And so that's a good market for certain people. It's only a good market if you're writing several of those policies a week, but you're also cross-selling, because Medicare is great for long-term money, but by working Medicare, the short-term money isn't very good unless you're selling a high quantity of those types of policies. So how are you setting appointments? You're doing it by calling. You're doing it by calling on one of those 5 different areas, and the how many is any new agent or agent in the insurance business. If you're an independent agent, you can run 5 appointments and have very good success. And so that's what I think. Initially, I thought it was going to be higher, maybe even 8 or 10 appointments in a week. The reason why I had originally said that is because I started in a captive insurance company, and it was a completely different situation. If they wanted term, I had one product. If they wanted term, I had one price. I had one company, and I wasn't competitive, so I had to get really good at selling. And I got phenomenal at running appointments and selling, but I didn't always get to sell because I wasn't putting him in the best situation possible. And so, I had to run more appointments to make up for the fact that I didn't have the best product for them. And so now that you're an independent insurance agent, if they need what we sell and they like you, then there is no reason that they shouldn't buy, because we're going to have the best product for them, the best company for them, and the lowest price for them. And so it's being in the independent insurance side is going to make it very simple. And so if you can consistently run 5 appointments a week as an independent insurance agent, and when I say run, that means actually sit down with someone, or actually, if you're, some people, for instance, we have one agent that's working his warm market out of Texas, and if you're calling your warm market and you're actually giving, and we're getting together and we're giving them a quote and asking them to buy, then we can count that as an appointment because of the fact that they're out of state. But it's not going to be easy to run 5 appointments unless you've got the money to invest in calling leads and getting in front of people. But that, I feel like, I thought about that a lot over the weekend. I feel like that's the magic number to success. Sit in front of 5 people a week. It doesn't matter what you say or do, and you're going to have success. We can improve that success by giving you some, the skills and the resources and the knowledge and how to run an appointment, which will help. But if you can consistently get in front of 5 people a week, you'll be successful. And when I say appointments ran, if you set 5, it doesn't mean you always run 5. Because if they cancel or they forget or they're not there, or they ran over to the neighbors looking out the window making fun of the insurance guy that came to their house. I've seen it all. So, and so if you can consistently run 5, you'll be successful. And so that's the challenge that I'm going to put on every new agent is get in front of 5 people a week, and I'll teach you what to say and do when you get in front of them. And you'll learn that by running those appointments with me throughout the first several months of your career. Now, one thing that I am big on is, and most new agents do not know this, when you're setting an appointment over the phone, you can just set the appointment and you can say, okay, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Can I come by? Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, and you can hang up. And it's an appointment. You set the appointment, and yes, we're going to go. But there's ways to make sure that they don't cancel, or that if they do cancel, ahead of time, and that they certainly don't forget, and they certainly, aren't a no-show, so that you can actually get some success out of that. And so, one of the things that you can do, and I'm going to pull up some of the things that I've always done, or that I'm showing some of these new agents locally here to do, is how to confirm an appointment or solidify an appointment before you get off the phone the first time. And that is repeat the appointment time several times, always a minimum of 3 times. confirm their entire address. Also, make them write it down. Hey, this is important to me. I'm going to add it to my calendar. I'll hold. Can you please go grab a pen and paper? Or can you please go grab your calendar? And then wait till they get back and then have them put it on their calendar or have them write it down. Because we know when we took our insurance test, if you're writing something down or if you're seeing something, you have a better chance of remembering it. So have them repeat the appointment several times, confirm the entire address, have them write down the time and the day in your name. Also, give them your cell phone number. A lot of agents are scared that if they don't just hurry off the phone or if they give them too much information that they're going to call and cancel, and I'm never going to get in front of them. Well, if it's an hour or an hour and a half away, it's better for them to have our cell phone number to call and cancel than for us to go and them not be there. So I'm okay with giving them your phone number. It may save us a trip. Even if they do call us, then, hey, Cody, oh, hey, John, I'm extremely excited. I've actually already left. I'm on my way, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And so you're just kind of assuming that they were never calling to cancel. So always leaving your phone number. And then repeat the appointment time some more and show some excitement. Hey, I will not forget about our appointment tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Will you forget? I just want to be sure that this is as important to you as it is to me, because I am really looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And so you're saying the time over and over. You're confirming their address. You're having them write it down, and you're making sure that they're serious about it. So, we still want to set it, and we still want to go, but I'm just trying to kind of make sure that when you do leave that the appointment's there. And one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to set it more than a couple of days out if you're setting an appointment, because the chances of them forgetting do go up. Whether they're young or seniors, the fact that they're, if you set an appointment 3 or 4 days out, yeah, it's okay to do if that's the only time the person can meet, but there's a better chance of them forgetting. So if you're going to do that, you want to book up several appointments in the same day, all around the same time, so that you can go and run several appointments. Also, I don't always recommend actually calling before the appointment, like the day of, to confirm. If it's 2 or 3 hours away, I'm definitely going to call and confirm, just because that's a full day if they're not there. And so we just our time is valuable. And so it's okay to confirm an appointment if it's over a lengthy ways away. If there's multiple appointments, I don't see a reason to. If you have one at 1, 2:30, and 4 o'clock, and they're all hour and a half away, from your office, then that's okay, because you're going to be running multiple, and so I wouldn't confirm that. I've went over everything I've wanted to. If anyone wants, what I'll do is, for anybody that doesn't have them, I'll email all the scripts. And then for anybody that does eventually want some new leads, I do have a Quote Wizard for $7.50 a piece. They're preferred life leads. They're normally $15, but because we've used them a lot in the past, and I used them for a call center in the past, I've got them to lower the price down to $7.50. One thing I will do is I'm going to put my license number on everyone's account, and I'm going to start doing that, because if the same license number is showing up, then they won't give out duplicate leads. So that's their way of not giving the agent the same leads. So that's one thing I am going to start doing. Does anyone have, and feel free to unmute your phones and talk, does anyone have any questions? We do have one-on-ones here starting shortly, so I can answer any questions when we do our one-on-ones. We're going to start doing these every Monday at 9. Sometimes we'll dive more in depth. Sometimes it'll be about product knowledge. Sometimes it'll be about quote engines. But in the beginning, I wanted to go over the most important task first, which is running insurance appointments.
I was just curious if anyone And the company is currently using the leads we had talked about, the high-end leads.
Matt here just asked if there was any agents using Quote Wizard. The only two agents that are using Quote Wizard, and they're using it on a smaller scale right now, is Tom and Ted. I got your names right.
First, it was great. Since then, it's dropped off quite a bit, but
we're talking about their success with Quote Wizard. The nice thing about Quote Wizard is they're gonna, if you don't sell the appointment and you never actually, give someone a quote per se, then you can get credit. The nice thing about Quote Wizard is I can get you credit on about 75% of all the leads that you order, which means the ROI or the return on investment is going to be there because of the fact that you're going to be paying for very few, and you're only going to be paying for the ones that you're selling or actually quoting or actually seeing. So it's okay to order a bunch of them, and because you're going to get credit on a lot of them, and you'll sell about, the average is about 20%. About 1 out of every 5 is an average closing ratio. Yeah, you'll get some wrong numbers. You'll get some, you'll get some bad ones. You'll get people that say I didn't request a quote. You'll get some surveys, some stuff like that. But they will give you credit, and so they're good about that. Even if they do deny a credit over the computer, which they can do because the computer automatically responds to whatever you put in the credit box. If they do deny a lead, then you can call in and say, hey, this is Matt. You didn't credit Jane Smith, but you should have. Because of this, and they'll say, okay, we'll fix it. So their customer service is awesome. Yeah, they're great. And they'll credit any leads we want them to credit. As long as we didn't sell them or we didn't actually see them or quote them, they will credit them 100% of the time, which is great. And I've never seen a company like that, so that's always really impressive. That's a great question, and we can get you set up on them or anyone else you want to get set up on with today. Any other questions? About leads, scripts, calling, how many appointments to run, the different markets to call to set appointments. Any questions? Lowell, Tom, Matt, Ted, Jason, Tim, Jeff, Dennis, Frank, anybody?
I got one quick question. This is Jeff.
All right, shoot, buddy.
Okay, on that Quote Wizard, you said that you have to list like 15 counties.
Yes.
So do they try to do certain ones, or could it be, 100 miles north and 100 miles south and 100 miles east, 100 miles west? I mean, is there any control over how you get your leads, or they just give you, let's just say you buy 25 leads to start? I mean, are they in a specific county, or could it be any of the 15 counties all at the same time?
It could be in any of the 15 counties. I think I'm understanding your question. They can be in any of the 15 counties that you've put on there that you will accept leads. Now, the more we use them, I'm going to get them to become more flexible so that we can start giving different agents different regions of counties so that there's never worries about duplicates and stuff. Obviously, the more counties you work, the more leads you're going to get. And especially up in your area, Jeff, you're going to get 15 counties. You could get 10 leads a day if you wanted it, if not 15 leads a day, just because you're in such a large market, and we don't have any other agents getting leads up in the Kansas City area at all. But yeah, they want you to start with 15 counties. I think that was, I'll eventually get them to kind of lax on that and just get down to probably 4 or 5 counties if we have multiple agents using them. But I've used dozens of lead vendors in the past, online leads, mail leads, preset appointments. I've used it all, and I personally have been really impressed with Quote Wizard, and I don't get a kickback from Quote Wizard at all. I can promise you that. I just enjoy using them. I've had some great success with them. I spent, just to kind of give you a little perspective on Quote Wizard. Now this isn't something you can rely on every time. I invested about $350 with Quote Wizard, and then I brought in about $9,000 of commissions. Now I did make one really big sale and some other sales too, but everyone is always, doesn't matter how little someone knows about calling leads or actual insurance, they're going to always triple to quadruple their money without even trying. That's just because the fact that they're going to be returning leads. And it wouldn't surprise me if everyone always gets a 10x return just because of the fact that they're going to return most of the leads anyway. So it's just that $350 is going to take you, if you're only getting a couple a day, it's going to take you a while to exhaust. You're going to be looking at 3 months to actually exhaust it if you're working your credits hard and you're working the leads hard. Now, I will mention, when you're working leads, you want to text the lead as soon as you get it. You want to email the lead as soon as you get it. You want to call the lead as soon as you get it. And then you want to call it 3 times a day till they agree to see you or agree to buy, or until they say, please leave me alone. And then at that point, we're going to ask them, what's the reason? Did you buy? Do you not like me? And even if they do say, well, yeah, I already bought from somebody. Well, gosh, I wish I'd got a hold of you sooner, because I can promise you, whatever you've bought, I can beat it. And so let me just give you a free quote real quick. And so that's the nice thing about leads. If we work them hard and you ring them out and you come off as extremely confident and the best person for them to talk to, you'll get the sale if they end up buying. And if they buy, they might as well buy from us. So that's a great question, Jeff. Did I answer that good?
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know.
Okay, good. Yeah, they do want you to start with 15 counties. So
on that, you said that, where do they get their leads from if they're selling us? I mean, are they mail-ins, call-ins to another insurance company? Or, where do they get their...
They don't get them from any... Yeah, that's a great question as well. They don't get them from any insurance companies. Where they're getting the leads is people that have requested a quote online. I know they have some third-party call centers and stuff like that, but you'll get that very few. Typically, they have dozens upon dozens of different websites and ads that they're driving traffic to their website or to other websites just to create a lead. And yeah, sometimes they might promise the person an instant free quote. As soon as you click this button and give us your information, the quote's going to pop up. Yeah, that part may be misleading, but that's not our problem. We're the one that's actually going to give them the quote that's going to make them happy. So, but yeah, they're getting it from, typically, you'll see 75, 80, 90% of your leads will come from website and advertisement and lead generation through online marketing.
Okay, and then one last question. When you get a lead from them, do you know whether the person contacted them for life insurance, final expense, Medicare subs? Do you know what the lead is from?
Yeah, you know what they want. You know the type of product they want, which is a good start, and that's all that matters is the product. The lead will say, hey, they want $100,000 for 10 years, and here's all their health information and meds and whether they smoke and their date of birth. Typically, the only thing that's going to be right that's always going to be right is like the name, sometimes the phone number, and the actual product. Sometimes they do go into actually inputting meds and health and actually what product they want, and if they want a 10-year term for $100,000. But if they don't input that stuff in, the company's just going to pre-fill it in with whatever they think they should be wanting. So it's a contact for someone that wants the product that you sell, is what it is. Any other questions, anybody?
Yeah, Cody, Frank, I've got a question. Can you run through a phone call? Do an example phone call?
Yeah, sure. I need to start recording some of those that we do here and start putting them on YouTube, which is something I'm going to start doing on a heavy basis. But one thing that I would always say, is, hello, is this Mr. John? Mr. John, this is Cody from Secure. I just received some information that you wanted a free life insurance quote. I'm just calling to give that to you. Or if I don't want to give them the quote and I'm a new agent, I just want to set the appointment, then I'm going to just say, hey, this is Cody from Secure. I saw you requested a free life insurance quote. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow at 2 o'clock. How about I drop that off with you? And then you can go to confirming the address. I normally keep my scripts and stuff pretty short, pretty simple. I normally get to the point. I don't try to talk their head off or take too long to get to the point. I'm normally, hey, you just requested a free life insurance quote. I have the information that you're wanting. Let's get together. They say, well, no, I can't get together, tomorrow. Okay, what time works better? How about tomorrow evening, Friday morning? What are you thinking? And so, yeah, you're kind of putting a little pressure on them, trying to get them to make a decision, giving them some options, trying to get a time out of them. Well, actually, you know what, Cody? I don't want to meet anybody. I was told I'd get a free quote. Okay. If I can't meet you, I can promise you I'm going to have the lowest quote you're going to receive. So do you have 3 minutes, and I'll just give you the quote over the phone. If you have to do that, it's better than not giving a quote at all, because he may be interested from there. And yeah, we want to get in the home, we want to sell them over the phone in their house or wherever they want to meet, but we can sell over the phone too. So your close ratio is going to go down when you sell over the phone. When we get in front of someone that you set and you take me, we're going to make the sale 90% of the time we get in front of someone. So, and one thing I do have, I'm gonna edit this and kind of take the guy's name out and some of his personal information and stuff, but I do have an actual, this will be really valuable to someone that hasn't done this yet. I do have an actual lead appointment that Tom and I ran last week, and I'm going to edit out I'm going to try to blur out or beep out some of the guy's actual personal information, and then, because that was a Quote Wizard lead for a 73-year-old that wanted $100,000, and we walked in, and the guy said, I don't want to I'm only getting quotes, I don't want to buy, and I don't need a local agent. And that's how we started the appointment. Well, obviously, by the time we walked out, we gave him a quote, but we still made the sale, and he actually agreed that the most important benefit of what we do is that he received a local agent. And so I've got that on recording on my phone, and I'll find a way to get that out to everybody so everybody can listen to that. Because, yeah, I'm here, and yeah, I can run appointments with anybody that needs it, but the more information I can give you and the more knowledge and the more appointments you can hear and the more calls you can hear, the quicker you're going to become to where you can, the more independent and the more you can do stuff on your own, because unfortunately I'm not going to be able to run appointments with everyone every single day. That's just not possible. So that's a great question, Frank. Did that answer that?
Thank you.
You got it, buddy. Anybody else before we end the call? Anything else at all? If you do, we'll start the one-on-ones here pretty soon. I'm going to go over the one-on-one schedule real quick just so everybody knows, so we don't, because I'm going to do it every 20 minutes today. That'll be plenty of time to go over activity and dive in with everyone and go over their goals. Ted starts at 9:40, then Lowell is at 10, Tom is at 10:20, Matt's at 10:40, and then Tim is at 11, and Jeff is at 11:20. And then, Frank, I can go and add you at 11:40 if you'd like.
I can't do that at 11:40. Can we do it at, say, in the afternoon?
Yeah, give me a call this afternoon. I don't know my exact schedule yet, but we'll get in touch. I know we were still working on some of your contracting and stuff, and obviously we haven't got you down for a training yet. And I think I've got to get you. I think you and Jason actually both still need the full day of training, and then Dennis as well. Dennis is he's one of our friends down in Arkansas. He's taking his. Hey, did you ever get your class scheduled, Dennis? In Arkansas?
No. The guy is sick, and they don't know when he's going to be back. They said the next one they got off for here is in March, so I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Oh, gosh. Okay. In Arkansas...
So I'm stuck.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, in Arkansas, you have to take 35 hours in class before you can even take a test, which is crazy. So, which sucks. That's horrible. And, okay. Well, I wish we had a quicker solution for you. I'll talk to you later on today. So I need to add Frank to one-on-ones. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope that everybody has a phenomenal week. We'll dive into one-on-ones today where we'll dive into actual goals and niches and marketing budgets and what you need to do to be successful and where I come into play in that. Again, if anybody needs me, has any questions, concerns, praises, compliments, I don't know why I always say all those, but call, text, email, anytime, all right?
Hey, Cody, are you calling us at our time when you get done with the other people, or?
Yeah, I'll call you. Yep, Tim and Jeff, I will call you, and then Jason, ours is 4 in the morning at 8:30, so we'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, Tim and Jeff.
We're doing ours in person, right? So there's no number to worry about.
Correct. 8:30 in the morning in person, yes, sir. Alrighty, I will. Yeah, Tim and Jeff, I will call you guys. Tim at 11, Jeff at 11:20, and let's tear it up. Let's all run several appointments. Let's all make some money, and I will talk to you guys here in a little bit. Thank you guys for joining the call. Talk to you soon. See you guys.